Sick, man. But yeah, right now, without even having to listen to Lanterns, man, you pretty much have album of the year. Probably album of the decade, never mind Jay, mate, but still. I don't see anything else topping this, mate. Like, nowhere near. And so thanks to Infinities, man, how great is that? And PTB's server. Yes, for sure. You know, this song is very different to everything else we've heard so far. You were right. I absolutely adore this. Oh, okay. Fair enough. This has proper draconian vibes in it for me. It's totally reminding me of it. Like, so much. Yeah, it's in the... not in the style itself, but the outer layering. I don't know how to describe it, but you know, the outer layering around the music is that style. That is a sick link right there. That link is perfect. No, because the last song was about the fog. And that's exactly how the songs tie together. Like, you know, with just that line alone. It just adds that little bit of tie-in that just, like, neatly, like, puts it into the same space as the album. Which is kind of sick, to be fair. But, what answer do you have in sorrow's wake, but to abandon or all be held dear? I'm guessing that's like there's words that I've never heard in my life before, man, so... Oh yeah, that's true. The second person singular simple past of behold. Okay. Fair dues. Yeah. I assumed it was something like beheld, but I was just like seeing the exact meaning, but yeah. It's kind of like that. Like, yeah, you need to abandon everything that you hold dear. Time ever longer in the coldest night, withdrawn behind my mind's enclosure. Yeah, makes sense. I guess it needed to be I guess the lyric needed to tie together a little bit better, didn't it? Yeah. So the coldest night, like the coldest night within the head, not within the outside world, within the safety of the cocoon, in the sense, like in that kind of metaphoric way. It is kinder to accept one's nature than to inflict unto others your poisons. It is kinder to be destitute without a light to carry through the fog. Like, without a light to carry through the fog is, like, because, like, obviously, like, he's, like, stuck, paralyzed, not paralyzed, but, like, stuck in a fog, within a haze, within your own mind, within your own darkness, building a world within your head, and then, like, that's how that links together like that. Like, but yeah, it is definitely better to accept everybody for who they are. It is definitely better to not allow others to inflict their poisons, or for you to inflict your poison onto others. Your poison being part of your personality, most likely, like, more like your darker points than the brighter points, like, because people sometimes unintentionally give bad vibes without meaning to, and give bad energies and bad things and other ways in order to make people feel a certain way. It's weird, because that's kind of how we are. We do kind of have energy senses a little bit, where we can kind of feel vibes and how people act and kind of how they carry themselves, and you get the idea. And yeah, there's still so much of the song to really unravel. This is just my rambling thoughts towards the start, so let's keep going. I love how the guitars are about back here in the middle, like really far back. It makes them almost ethereal sounding. Oh man, I get it. We're finally going towards the light a little bit more. We've gone through the darkness into the world, now we're going back towards the light. Makes sense. A little bit. It's almost like rebuilding your senses a little bit. That's what I'm assuming we're doing, but I will. Oh shit, okay, maybe not. Maybe I'm completely off. But still. Damn. Yeah. I think I get where we're going. I think I see it all coming together now. I keep having to like shake my head, man, because I keep going way too like into my head. Which I can't do while I'm like actually on Twitch and stuff, man, but still. Well, so if I held up a light, you would see me unravel before your eyes, embittered and distanced, embers barely holding the glow. Yeah, so as in you're that far back, you're that far gone that even like even a little bit of light, even that little bit of light shining upon you would destroy you. Like you're that far into your darkness, that far into your scars, the things people have put you through, the things everything has happened, and you're just at the very bottom of the cavern in a sense. To tremble at the thought of one more day. Distant lanterns glow in the mist, their warmth all but alien to my skin. Longing fingers grasp at the golden glow. So what I'm assuming is like yeah, that's what I assumed we were going for. Like literally going from like that attempt all the way back. Yeah. So it's almost like the way that it's described, it's almost like we're travelling along the river Styx. In like some weird way. That's what I see in my head as the song's going, right? So and then like each sway of the boat in a sense. I know it's not a literal thing, but this is in my head, right? So like in each sway is kind of leaning towards death and life. And it's just the darkness is saying death, and the light, that tiny bit of light that's about to go out, is clinging to life. And yeah, their warmth are all but alien to my skin, longing feels grasp at the golden glow, but are soon pulled in from the burning heat back to a chest as cold as a shadow. Its familiarity as a comfort as well as defeat. So yeah. As in, like, you're trying your hardest, you're trying to grasp that light, you're trying to burn yourself back alive, you're trying and clinging and wanting just that little bit of hope, but at the same time, you just can't get there. The moment you even try, your body just clings you back. It's like, you know what, why do you need this, man? Come back into the darkness, you don't need that light no more. That light isn't a thing that's going to be with you anymore. It's not a thing, it's like, you know, that kind of feeling where you're that dark, that down, that depressed, that everything coming towards it. Like, it's sad, it's sad, but it's the truth, man. It's not like there's a lot of bands that have a lot of not suicidal, but like a lot of dark lyrics about that type of stuff, right? But this is one of the few that has true depth towards it, that it's not just done in a way to shout back at society. It's from a real place. You can see it, you can feel it, you can keep everything there, and it's like proper emotional, man. Like it's hard to keep it together while I'm going through it, but still. Thank you. I'm glad you like my take on it. No, I hate when it's depicted in a very disingenuous way. It makes me very angry. Because there's people who truly need help out there, who just don't get it. Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, like, a lot of the depressive black metal is still helpful, though, to those who are that way. Like, even if it does romanticize it to a degree, it's still helpful, so. But this is, like, true. In my opinion, this would be the more true version of that, where it's a literal. Yeah. It does. It definitely does give hope. It's not just straight depression. It has those shadows of hope, which makes no sense as a word or meaning, but whichever way. There we go. That's what we needed. There's the change in the change in the river, the change in the mindset. Right there. I love this, it's gorgeous. Just that change, man. It was like you went through everything and it's like, and gone. Like, everything changes. All it takes is a second. That's cool. The music, which was about here, is now about here. That's sick. The music slowly moving backwards. I really love how you've done the drums throughout this album because they're not always the same. The drums can be very light or very heavy or very dark, but there's no exact way they're going to come in. They can go to any level, which is very unique. Yeah, for sure. The drumming is exceptional. Like all the little minute timings, man, just the parts where he slows down at the exact perfect moment to add that little bit of emphasis onto the vocals, and like just little bits, man. The tiny bits are what make it. Yeah, I can tell, he does amazing. I can't wait to edit this all together, you know, so it has the lyrics going all the way through it, so people can follow it properly, who don't quite understand the lyrics as they listen to it, like, so it has everything going through it. Yeah, I will do it. I'll do it once I'm finished with this. Have a good night, mate. Thank you for tuning in for like most of the show. No worries, man. No worries at all. Like I said, man, thank you for making this, man. This is amazing. And yeah, man, I like how it just like trails off and off and off and off. But when this whole album has been amazing, it's been 4 songs, and this album is an hour and 17 minutes long, so it's a very long album. It's like, if you listen to this, you know what I'm talking about, man. Like, if you managed to get all the way through this and enjoyed it as much as I did, And you'll totally say. But still, we've got a little bit more to go, just to break the last bit down. So yeah. Take what is lost, gather what is left astray. The husk of a beating heart, clinging to a namesake. Like, yeah. As in, take what's left, like, gather everything about me, man. Take the last beats of my heart, man. I'm just clinging to my name at this point. Still are the waters that flow through the veins, like the blood is barely flowing at this point. I'm just waiting for the end. Waiting for the warmth of a fire I keep far away. Like, yeah, waiting for the hope, the light, the fire inside, everything to come back, if it will come back. It feels like eternity, it feels like forever since it ever happened, but at the same time, it's still that way, it's still happening, it's... You get the idea, right? So... Lucidity grants me with the certainty that this will pass. But oh, so distant is the hour. Yeah, like I said, it just takes time. And far beyond reaching is the world I haven't done. The empty path that bears not the answers that I seek. There is no solace here. No, there's not. There's just emptiness and darkness and your own destruction, in a sense, because the more you hide, the more you try to escape, the more the darkness kind of feeds upon you, in that sense. It's something that people go through, unfortunately. And this is the truest form I've ever seen of it, in terms of like pure musical, whatever you want to call it. Your distant warmth will return to me, as soon as I let you. When the darkness lays down arms, bring light, for mine wanes before the day. So yeah, he's back, his hope is there again. And he'll return. In time, the light will come. And when it does, when the darkness finally lets go for just a second, the light will come and you'll be able to restore back into the world, out of the world inside your head, and just live once again, maybe for a few more days, a few more weeks, months, years, until the darkness comes back. But at least you know there is a way back, and that's the most important bit. That's the whole point. With darkness, there's always light, so there's always a place to go back to. There's always a certainty, in a sense, if you want to call it that. Just that you shouldn't give up. No matter how bad you feel, no matter how dark you feel, no matter how much you're going through, there's always something to hold on to. And that's beautiful. And emotionful, and everything else, and every other degree, and like, I've been through basically every emotion I haven't listened to this album, and just, I don't know how to explain it any better than what I already did. It's a masterpiece of just straight proportions. There's no if, and, but one of the best emotional black metal albums ever made, in my humble opinion. And that's all I really need to say. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like what I do, man, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Consider joining the Discord, coming to chat, man, giving me amazing stuff to listen to. I appreciate everybody who watches and yeah. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy.